How dare you? Blockchain on NFT, the underground. Wow, 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 wow. How much?
Boy, there's some real class there out of Devin.
You like that? You like my music?
I don't know if we got your music.
That's fine. What's up, man? Welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Smoking Underground. I'm Devin. This is John. Gary is out one more time.
He stayed home because of the weather tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slacker. And I forgot to boop.
Right, Devin forgot to mute his phone. I never mute my phone.
Well, I'm in a family what's that? Facebook group, Facebook chat group.
Is that like next door?
I guess. I don't know. There's a bunch of people in it, so it's always getting messages. I had to mute it a long time ago.
Yeah, it looks like everything's kind of working here. So maybe I can take this little plug out of my ear and listen to you instead of listening to you 15 seconds in the past.
That's true. That's true.
Not that we use a 15-second buffer. It just takes that long to get everything through all these wires.
That's true. It's very true. Speaking of wires, I'm using digital virtual cables on my setup at home, and I'm getting about sick of them, John. I'm getting about sick of them.
Isn't there a reason I said I don't do Bluetooth?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not using Bluetooth. They're just virtual. Like they tell the computer to channel the audio different ways so you can have multiple stuff just like that. But it was working fine. And then Windows came out with a big update and now it doesn't work right. And it's really irritating.
It's all up to Windows. Windows fault.
I agree. But you won't have that. I wouldn't have that problem if I used something like that and went to XLR. And
yeah, these things have been on sale. I don't know if they still are. They were, I think you could have got them for $169 for the Zoom P4, and you could have got the P8 for like $289 or something. The big one that I have also.
Well, it's not just simply a purchase that and be done, because then I got to buy the cables. Then I got to buy the microphone because mine's a USB microphone.
Yeah.
So it's one of them things, chicken wing. Today we are talking about cigars. Imagine that. Cigars. Did you think we were going to talk about cigars?
No, we're talking about, and I forgot to put the little thing up there.
Non-fungible tokens.
Yes. And how they relate to cigars.
And you will not believe what we are smoking tonight. It is spectacular. And I have to say,
when there's only two people here, I can take stuff out of my private stash.
Yeah, Gary just missed out. That's what it was. He just missed out. We're smoking one that, I'll be honest with you, I've never smoked, John.
And if you know anything about the cigar NFT world, you might know why we are smoking this one.
That's right. And we are smoking the green labeled LFD Andalusian Bull. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I'm breaking your bull, Cherry.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's a load of bull.
Nice.
So, I gotta stop smoking this other one. I've never smoked these because when they come into the shop, I'm always selling them to people.
Well, you're able to buy one per day usually when we get them.
Yeah.
And I buy when they come in, I buy my one, and then I come in the next day and I buy my one. And it's amazing. We see a lot of wives when these come in. People that never come into the cigar shop. You've ever noticed that?
Not at my store, no.
Oh, because we get I guess somebody comes in and buys one, and then their wife's with them, and they buy one, and so they're getting their two.
Yeah.
But But they, come in boxes of 10. We very rarely get more than 10 boxes at a time, and 100 of them sell out in a day and a half. And,
yeah. I like the label. It's a very deep forest green.
All of them
matte gold.
Embossed, and might have a little bit of gold in it. I don't know if it actually has real gold. I can't even tell you too much about the cigar. I might in a little bit, because I do know that one of the cheat sheets that I have, and I'll be honest, I'm cheating a little bit from Half Wheel, Cigar Authority, and a few other articles that I have read on this NFT deal. And we talked last year, cigar NFTs.
Right.
And I almost bought one, and I don't know if it actually was a good one to buy. It was an Atabey. They called them the Atabey Black.
Yeah.
They had 10 boxes available, 10 cigars per box, but there was no cigar, which I thought was a great thing for me, because I buy these cigars, I throw them in my humidor, and then I just got to care for them until I die. I'm never going to smoke a lot of the rare stuff. That's kind of why I threw these out here tonight. Is I got a dozen of them. Now you lit one. I got 11 of them. Now I got 10 of them. And they would have never gotten smoked.
You don't think so?
I might have got around to it.
Why wouldn't you want to smoke them?
Because I'll run out.
He's got that FOMO for smoking his cigars.
It's that thing that them guys will tell it to you about your car. You buy your brand new Corvette, you put it in your garage, and you wash and wax it. You never, ever drive it.
Yeah.
It's like having a hot woman.
Okay.
And not doing anything with her and saving her for the next guy.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's kind of what I'm doing with my cigars. Saving them for the next guy.
Can't say I ever had that problem. Cars or women.
And you don't stock cigars, so.
But I stock ladies, and that's not true, and we all know it.
But so Atabey did that thing. They sold all of them. They kept 9 boxes intact. That's $1,000 a box,
right,
for the NFT. And then they broke open a box, and it was $100 a cigar. So you could have bought an Atabey Black NFT cigar for $100, but nothing existed. You just got the blockchain code. Well, somebody decided, was thinking, and came out with LFD was thinking, and they said, hey, we're going to do an NFT.
Yeah.
And NFTs, they're not as crazy as crypto, but they, what do I want to say? Because they can be real. They're actually attached to something physical, even if it's digital artwork. They're still attached to something. And it's a certificate of authenticity is what an NFT is. It's a really fancy certificate of authenticity that supposedly cannot be counterfeited.
Supposedly, it's right.
Yeah.
I always say that's some nonsense.
Well, it's blockchain technology. LastPass got hacked a few weeks ago. Now, supposedly not any of the user data and that. And supposedly LastPass does not even have your passwords. However, they store everything. I don't understand it. Somewhere somebody's got to have them, and it's got to be hackable. But so eventually you probably find NFTs that are getting hacked.
Yeah.
But what they did is they introduced 8 boxes of cigars.
Right.
And
got some weight to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of tobacco in these things. These would be expensive with the charging by weight, taxing by weight on cigars. And what ended up, they put the 8 boxes up, and what you ended up getting was a golden humidor that holds 50 cigars, and I think it came with 15 cigars in the humidor.
Gold plated, or
it's golden. I don't know if it's actually gold plated or actual gold or whatever.
You know what that makes me think of, John? When I was a kid, I was around when the Nintendo 64 came out, but Super Nintendo, and they always had those gold cartridges or gold controllers. That's exactly what it makes me think of.
Yeah, the gold cartridges that are worth so much money.
Yeah.
Until eBay comes along.
Right.
But they introduced these boxes, and I do have a picture of them.
Yeah, let's take a gander.
Where did I put the picture? It's it here somewhere.
So while he's doing that, what I'm drinking today, the libation of choice, is a George Remus, King of the Bootleggers. straight bourbon whiskey. You can get it here. I got to say, pretty good. Very smooth. Very, very smooth. I decided to go with a cube and a sphere, an ice sphere in mine. And it's nice. I got to say, it's a pretty good one. Goes with this cigar, doesn't overpower it. I'm trying to really take in the notes, because the biggest thing I do when I'm smoking a cigar is like one that's rare, like these or whatever, is what's the big deal? Because typically I never believe the marketing. I'm like, they're just saying they're super good and they're super rare and they're all this, and it's all marketing. They're just going to be a normal cigar. So I really want to hone in on what makes this so good.
This one, when it was new, reminded me, honestly, a lot of the Death Bucket. I don't know. Probably never smoked a Death Bucket.
Yeah, we did on the show.
Huh? We did?
Yeah.
They, to me, they resembled that greatly. Death Bucket still might have been a little bit better.
But that's saying something, apparently.
But we had what was I saying? The 8 NFTs, and you were able to get, let's pop that up there.
Is that the gold box?
That's the gold box. They're going to be inscripted with your name on it if you want an NFT. Nice. And there are an Illusion Bowl Lonsdales.
Woo.
They're not these torpedo and tapered rocket ship things.
Yeah.
It's a Lonsdale. And when you own the NFT, it's very similar to what Padron did with the 50th anniversary. So
yeah.
You bought the humidor, you got a certificate of authenticity, and they guarantee to produce that cigar for 5 years. You had to own the humidor. You have to have the certificate of authenticity to reorder, and they will, for every humidor you own, you're eligible to purchase 100 more cigars a year.
That's not bad.
Cigars and More actually, I know, owns 2 of the humidors, and something in the back of my head said they bought 4 of them, and 2 customers actually bought them, and they were $5,000 or $10,000 a piece. I can't remember.
Do we buy them so that we can sell them in here, like the individual sticks or the whole box?
Well, we bought the humidor. We kept 2 humidors so that we can restock and continue to sell the sticks.
Okay.
The other 2, I don't know if they were ordered special for the clientele, or, we ordered enough with the shop knowing that somebody's going to want to step up and write a check for these.
Yeah.
That's kind of my feeling, is we probably bought 1 extra so somebody could write a check, and we would have 1 for 280, 1 for Vitola, and Mountain Brook, and 1 for Tuscaloosa. But
right.
I know we only have 2 left, and 2 of them, I think 2 were sold.
Wow.
So
I kind of like that aspect of it, though, being able to do that, because then you're like, now I know that I can purchase a very rare cigar and just have a quality one. So you go to a bachelor party, and you're like, nobody else is going to be smoking these.
And you get, if you own the humidor, you get to buy them at cost.
Right.
But
that's pretty cool.
Keep in mind, cost for the first year to break even was $108 a cigar. And everybody retailed them at $108. Now that everybody's covered their initial cost in that, I think 50th anniversaries are $49 now, $39. So it's a very similar thing. You get the gold box, you get your 15 initial cigars. The wholesale price on them is $15 a piece. And I can't remember what I read, but I think you're able to buy 60 more cigars a year, something like that. So you're entitled to buy more cigars at $15 a piece.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't remember a time limit. It might be in, forever until the tobaccos run out.
Yeah. That's what I would imagine.
But it was a slight investment. You really had to do your math and figure out. I don't know if you heard any pre-show conversation about this. I don't know if you did any research. Do you know what the NFT sold for?
No.
I have the list right here.
Oh gosh. So this one's very consistent. I'm enjoying the consistency of it. I like the size, the weight of it. It's definitely a heft. Like this speaks of class, just the quality of the cigar so far.
Well, 7 boxes or 7 NFTs, netted LFD $614,779.
Woo!
The least expensive box went for $85,000.
Man.
Went 85,000. Excuse me, I guess that wasn't it. Least expensive one went for $81,777.
Mm-hmm.
One box sold for $85K. One box sold for $78,001. One box sold for $90. Another box sold for $90. One sold for $92. One sold for $81,777. And the most expensive box was $98,000. So you got a $100,000 box of cigars.
I don't know, man. If I had my man cave and I had a nice big, giant humidor with a glass front and all that stuff, having that box in there.
Without doing real math, so you get you 70 cigars. Actually, it's 70 cigars per month you can purchase.
Right.
Not more NFTs. You just have the rights. If you sell your NFT, you can keep the box or the humidor.
Right.
But you, if you sell your NFT, the person who owns the NFT has the right to purchase these cigars.
Right. Right.
So you can make a little bit of money on it, or I guess if you go broke, you have some value that you can get back. It is known that there were 26 bidders. The opening bid was, I think, it was either 40 or 50K. So we weren't dicking around. And like I said, you get to buy 90 of these cigars a month. The only people who can buy them are these 7 people. We know for a fact 6 of the 7 boxes or NFTs were purchased by retailers.
Right.
So they could retail. But you're looking at, one box, 15 cigars, $98,000 or so. You're looking, what, $3,000 a cigar?
Man, I'm telling you, it was a smart idea for Harris to get one because the limited number that there actually are out there, what's that, like 3 stores are now going to have them.
So,
and none of these smaller time cigar one shops are going to have them. It's only going to be Cigars and More.
And it's not the first time LFD did a membership program. Last time they did it, and it was $16,000 to buy in at the time. But, a lot of people thought LFD was nuts with this idea, whatever. Now, all of a sudden, they drop a little over $500,000 in the bank account. Guess what?
Yeah, you can bet Gurkha's going to be a next one to do it. I wouldn't mind if Padron, because I'm a Padron fanatic.
I don't know if Padron or Fuente or any of those would mess with that.
Oh,
I could see Davidoff doing it.
If there's money in it, they're going to do it at some point. More people do it. I think Gurkha's probably going to do it. They may not do it next, actually. They may wait because you know how they have the most expensive cigar and all that kind of stuff.
Well, they did.
They did, exactly. So they're going to wait until some of these other companies produce it. And then they're going to do it and then take that title back as the most expensive cigar.
I did the math wrong. 15 cigars, exclude the cost of the humidor or whatever. Wholesale. $6,533.33 per cigar.
I don't know, man.
Without markup.
That cigar, that better be delivered to my house by a hot lady, and she better show up to deliver all of them and light one. That's a lot of money for just one cigar.
Retail, if you're to do a standard retail, you're looking about $9,200 a cigar.
Woo! That's some crazy stuff right there.
No, I'm not going to say this is a family-friendly show. But there would be more than one thing that better be sucking.
You're right, exactly. Yeah. There better be some extra in the background.
That cigar should do more for me than burn.
Exactly. Well said.
But nope, it's not Gurkha next. It's not Padron next. It's not Davidoff next. I think I hinted at it in the text to you. It's actually a retailer partnering with a manufacturer.
Okay.
Smoke Inn.
Okay.
Who had an exclusive line, has us an exclusive line of cigars with this retailer. If any of our listeners know, but if you don't, Tatawate.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing. 7 boxes. This is including the original private label release for Smoke Inn, the Anarchy Pale Horse Edition. Came out 12 years ago, limited release, went away, has been gone. There's 7 NFTs. 6 of them are going to be auctioned in early 2023. So start saving up your money. You're probably going to need 150 grand for these. I might just set aside my Cigars and More 401k. And
right, exactly.
But the 7th will be issued to the gentleman that owns Smoke Inn, because he's actually the first person who created the Anarchy line and, helped blend them and that. Pete Johnson was all over the idea. Of course he was. It's 600 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And their ability is you get each NFT holder receives a special 60 count collector's box, which we do have a picture of also. It's not quite as fancy of a box, if you ask me.
The box should be way fancier than that.
But it's a collector's box with a cigar. You get 45 of the original Tatawate Anarchies.
Yeah.
And 50 of the Anarchy Pale Horse Edition, which replaces the original Anarchy's Nicaraguan Habano Maduro wrapper with a Claro color grade wrapper. So does that mean it's going to be a slightly green cigar? Is it going to be a Candela? It's a Claro wrapper, so it's a lighter, pale wrapper.
I am disappointed in the box, though. I hope that's just a place filler for the actual one that's going to come out, because that's a standard, press hook, and I'm betting the hinges are the same, and I'm like, y'all, for that price, that box better be,
That box kind of better look like that one.
Yeah. It better be amazing.
But I don't know. I haven't touched the box. Maybe it's made out of some special wood. The Pale Horse Edition's only been released other than the initial. It came out at the 2020 Great Smoke pre-event dinner. Only 300 cigars have been made thus far for this whole promotion.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard to get cigar. It's actually going to be impossible to get now unless you happen to go to one. Unless these happen to sell to a retailer, who knows what do I want to say? Who knows what Smoke Inn's going to do with them? But by buying them, you receive a canvas version of the NFT, which I guess is probably like hanging a tapestry on your wall to prove
absolutely.
You had it. A little bit better than a piece of paper and a frame.
I agree.
Because we have the certificate for the Padrones framed and hanging at Vitola, I believe. And maybe I shouldn't have said that. And now somebody's going to break in and steal the certificate. But you got to steal the humidor too. And actually, I don't know if the humidor is actually at Vitola, so you might have to break into 2 shops.
There you go.
But all NFT holders will get that, and then they'll be able to order up to 15 boxes of 15 cigars of the Anarchy per quarter at a price of $14 a cigar, which means, in theory, it would retail for about $28.
Right.
Now, when they get it, probably going to be $100 cigar. What's it worth? What's it worth to say you had an opportunity to smoke one of those Andalusian Bull Lonzos? You walked into a shop and had the NFT, they had them on the shelf. These retail for about $22.
I think the most I would pay is 50. That's probably the range I would hit at, would be 50.
I would probably say 50-ish. I really hate paying full price for cigars, but 50-ish, maybe on the right day, 100. But my problem is I'm going to want to buy at least 2.
Right.
Usually I'm buying 3s. And I'm not laying out $300 for, a cigar. I mean, I would much prefer this in that Lonsdale size.
Yeah. So, you know what this made me think of as you were talking about all this? I'm going, so think of the future of this marketing strategy that all the companies are going to do. You ever heard of the show Futurama?
Yeah. I've kind of watched it with one eye before.
I've watched it multiple times over because it's a really good cartoon. The same guy who did Simpsons, and it's in the year 3000, and in one of the episodes, Bender the robot
in the year 25.
Yeah, exactly. So in one of the episodes, they show like they go to this convention or this gallery of super rare items and tapestries, and one of them is a giant cigar that's like the rarest cigar on the planet. It's like this big, it's about this big around, and Bender smokes cigars. So he eventually breaks in and like smokes it or something like that. And it made me, I always thought, oh, that's crazy. You know, I always thought it was super fantastical. But you start to think about it and you go, you imagine one day there's going to be a cigar that's so rare, but it's also the best cigar ever made, ever. Like that, I could see that happen and be on display at like the king's house or something.
Ironically, we have a king now.
That's right. Exactly. There's a lot of really interesting theories about the guy who did Simpsons and saying he's a time traveler and stuff because he predicts things. And I'm like, wonder if Futurama's predicting something.
Well, it's just like the he saw the asylum craze come.
Yeah.
But, you know, they had all those things during the election of, you know, Trump on the escalator and the guy, you know,
it's remarkable. Like that's a rabbit hole that if you want to go down, you look up how the Simpsons predict the future, because they'll show you how they produce something that didn't happen for another 5 years or more. And it's almost verbatim, exactly like it. Like the Trump escalator one was exactly like it. And you're going, could they stage this? No, you can't stage this.
It's not exactly, but it's so damn close. You know,
even to the sign that like gets dropped or put up or something like that. Like it's ridiculous.
There was a time travel show about that you would go to these certain points in time and the same person was always in these backgrounds. Shot of the Titanic, and this guy was on the Titanic. Yeah. And then you go to, you know, the Hindenburg, and this guy was at the crash of the Hindenburg, you know, and at D-Day, and this guy is not in a military outfit, but he's kind of in the background of D-Day. And it's people from the future paying to travel to the past to witness historical events live. Yeah. I can't remember what show that was, but I love time travel shows.
Oh, I do too. Oh, getting back on shows, did you see the first trailer for the new Quantum Leap?
No, and I did.
It looks intriguing. Because I don't know. It looks relatively interesting. I think it's going to be.
I don't like remakes. I don't
either. But so many people have done them wrong that some of the new ones are getting better. Like people are learning from those mistakes and trying to make them authentic.
It always gets me is with some of those remakes. They don't happen. And then a key player passes away. And all of a sudden they happen. Right. Now, is it the guy that played Sam on Quantum Leap? I can't think of his name. Dean Stockwell?
No, you mean the main character?
No, that's I could have told you.
I knew it a second ago.
Yeah, Dean Stockwell played the guy that, you know, was
Ziggy,
but the guy with Ziggy.
Oh, okay.
And then of course you got Scott Bakula, who played was caught in the time travel. But Dean Stockwell has passed away. Did he have ownership rights or partial ownership rights to Quantum Leap? And he's prevented the remake. And now that he's gone, his family goes, oh, okay, well, I don't care. Yeah. You know, it's not our art or whatever. Yeah. We see a paycheck. Right. You know, it's kind of like with Back to the Future and Roger Zemeckis. And, you know, he owns part of it. I think Michael J. Fox has a little bit to say. But Zemeckis has said they will never do a remake of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I might go with a remake of Back to the Future if Zemeckis did it.
Yeah.
But you let anybody else do it, it's a different movie.
Yeah.
Rename it something different,
Yeah.
Time travel in the flappy wing car or whatever.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So what do you think of this so far?
It's not a bad cigar.
No,
I mean,
it's
got
not.
a nice pull. It's not too heavy or strong, which I don't know. The cigar we smoked last week, the Not Ron.
Yeah.
We smoked that here on the show, and I finished it up on the way home. And I got home and I sat down on the couch with the dog, and man, I started to feel like crap.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I wanted to eat, so I got up and prepared me something to eat, and sat back down, took one or two bites, and then kind of passed out for about an hour or two, and woke up and I was fine, and I ate. And I was going, I don't know. Is it because of what I ate that day? Because I didn't eat very healthy last Thursday. And that's where I put it at. And then I came in Sunday and I smoked another one of them. Or was it Sunday? No, I came in. I wasn't here Sunday. I came in Tuesday and smoked another one of them. And I got home and kind of felt the same way.
Huh.
I think that cigar's got something in it. It's like smoking a Chisel or something, a little hit of Lajero or but I don't know. It just kind of caught me off guard, and I kind of thought, I was sick or something, but it didn't hit me as bad because I actually kind of eaten a little bit on Tuesday, but I'm having a little bit of a hard pull on this. And I'll be honest, it's not the first Andalusia Bowl I've had a hard draw on.
I found the draw to be pretty good.
Some of them are great. I think there's a couple of them that, because, they've never been able to keep up production. Actually, this cigar almost killed LFD.
Really?
Because it made LFD so popular. They couldn't keep up with production of this. So everybody wanted to smoke another LFD. And LFD ran out of cigars for the longest time, and they were back ordered because they couldn't keep up with production because everybody wanted the Andalusia Bowl, and the Andalusia Bowl was there. What's the closest thing you have? And you go to one cigar and you run out of that. You go to your next cigar. All of a sudden,
that's good for them.
All of a sudden, you're doing the big diggers that are 18 inches long.
Yeah,
has no similarities to this. But that's all I got left.
So this one's very light, and I would say when you come into high-end cigars like this, the consistency or the thing that always is around for high-dollar cigars is just how even everything is. The taste, the pull, all of it. It's just normal all the way through. There's no – I'm not going to say it's not complex. It is complex, but it's not –
I'm not getting a perfect burn line on mine. Like I said, it's a little bit hard pull. It's still a good cigar. It's still smooth. Usually when you're paying $20 for a cigar, you don't have to worry about a problem.
Yeah.
And what I tell most people, what's the difference between a $5 cigar and a $10 cigar? And what's the difference between a $10 cigar and a $20 cigar? The more expensive you pay, you're paying for consistency.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
You're getting some you're getting some flavors and maybe some better aged tobacco, which gives you some of that smoothness and that. But you're paying for a quality of assembly, quality of the rolling,
because time's a luxury and you want to fill it with something nice.
Well, I was going to make the comparison to a Davidoff. I very rarely, actually, I'd be hard pressed to tell you a Davidoff that I've smoked that had a bad draw, bad burn line, or anything. Yeah. But you're paying for that. Now, other manufacturers in that now $10, $12 range, yeah, I mean.
This ain't no backwood.
No. Well, backwoods, you're supposed to open up and re-roll it yourself, you understand.
I've never opened a pack of backwoods, not once. So I feel pretentious when I say that. It's like I don't ever see me smoking one. But now that I've said that, I feel like I want to.
It's like the people that come in and buy the what do we sell? It's not. Is it back?
Cigars?
No, the is it backwoods that we sell, the honeyberry
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all that?
backwood.
And say, yeah, these are really good. You ought to try them. And I, ought to hit my hand with a hammer too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Some people derive pleasure out of that.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, whatever floats their boat, man.
but,
Yeah, the consistency, I'd say hits on this. And then I noticed the ash is always well packed because it's a well done cigar.
well, you're smoking 18 times as fast as me. I mean, geez. But,
Yeah.
I'm a slow smoker. I'm slow with everything. Drives Brandy nuts. Drives everybody around me nuts when I eat. And my grandfather taught me what it is. I don't eat. I always dine. Whatever I'm doing, I take my time. I smoke a cigar, I take my time. I eat a meal, I take my time. I enjoy it. I savor it, and it's.
That's what I'm doing. I've been trying to learn to do that. To be honest, I was telling my buddy Josh that because we like to smoke a cigarillo at work every once in a while, and I'll finish mine.
Oh, you should do a Robusto and let him do a cigarillo.
Right, exactly. But I'm trying to slow myself down. Even when I was telling him, even when I'm working at the cigar shop, I'm smoking basically a free cigar. You need to enjoy it. Stop. It's not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Just stop and enjoy it. So I have to tell myself to slow down because I'm enjoying it so much. But if you slow down, you'll enjoy it more because you won't get the hit so constantly. Take a nice sip, cleanse your palate.
Puff a minute. Now, granted, I did do a lot of talking at the beginning of the show, so I probably fell behind.
Yeah.
But cigar NFTs,
I kind of wish it wasn't the future, but it is.
The problem is I see it becoming a norm. Now, I don't see these NFTs and limited releases sticking at $100,000 a pop.
No.
But,
they got to capitalize on the market while they can.
You're going to get, X manufacturer, I don't want to use any names, introduces a special edition cigar, 50 NFTs, But it also gets into, because now you're putting these things out, you got 7 boxes of LFDs out there. You're going to have 7 boxes of Tatawates out there that you're potentially selling to a consumer. And now as a manufacturer, you're wholesaling to the consumer.
Yeah.
So how many of these can we have? All of a sudden you're going to, if you got Bezos money and you're into cigars, you start buying all these NFTs, you could open up one hell of a exclusive cigar shop.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, absolutely, you could. I do love what the Tatawahe thing. I'm thinking about that more with the tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I love that idea. Because even when all the cigars are gone or they stop doing it, you've always got that thing, that trophy hanging. Because the box is a box. But the tapestry can sit on the wall. It's out of the way. It's a status symbol.
Yeah, and I don't have a picture of what the tapestry is going to look like. I don't know if it's even been designed yet. And I kind of get this picture of an old-timey treasure map.
Yeah.
Where it's not square or anything, and, black print and weathered edges. And that's what I want my tapestry to be. So, then you put it in a, shadow box frame, and you spend another $3,000 framing the damn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so do you think we'll get any Andalusians in anytime soon?
I never know. I don't think Harris even knows. All I know is it's just like anything else. We have standing orders, and 2020 changed the world when it came to cigars, because it used to be Opus we got in May, and we got in November. Now we seem to have Opus year round.
Yeah.
I was in the humidor just a little bit ago, and we've got a new Lost City tuba. Never seen it before.
Yeah.
I got a couple boxes of them. And we probably have 10. No, I'm not going to say 10. We probably have 4 or 5 different Lost Cities in there. We have a couple Opus X's in there. There's all of a sudden, a lot of higher end cigars And we're talking on the higher end, and it's something that if the economy would keep rolling and everything going great, yeah, they probably would sell. But I don't know how many $30 and $40 people are out there if the economy takes a turn. And then as it goes down, those people are going to slip down. Say they're going to slip from a $40 cigar to a $25 cigar. And the guy smoking a $25 cigar is going to slip down to a $15 cigar.
Yeah.
The guy smoking a $12 cigar is, now looking, what can I find for $6? The guy that's smoking $5 and $6 cigars is
Black and Mild.
It's kind of SOL right now.
Yeah.
But
well, hopefully you'll get pipe tobacco ramping back up in that case.
Maybe
we had a big spur of it about 2 months ago. Everybody, like all the major hitters in Trustville, they all bought themselves a pipe and started doing pipe tobacco for a good 3-4 weeks. That's all they would smoke. And then they came back to it. And I was like, yeah, that's because it takes a little bit more work to maintain that.
It's a lot more work to maintain a pipe. But we have a regular here at 280, and he smokes a couple of bowls out of his pipe and smokes a cigar, then a couple of bowls out of his pipe. It used to be 4 or 5 cigars. And, now that would be $50 a day in cigars, but in a pipe, he's doing a $10 cigar and he's doing 4 or 5 bowls. So probably another $3 in tobacco, $2 in tobacco.
Pipe tobacco is a lot cheaper. I can tell you that. A lot cheaper.
Again, it's doing a little bit of work.
Yeah.
So it's not like crafting where, I can make that if I buy $3,000 worth of supplies to make that $40 item. But,
right. Yeah.
But again, you always do a little bit of work. It's a little bit less expensive. But
yeah,
I don't know when we're going to get bowls in. Unfortunately, Harris didn't buy into any of the NFTs yet. You think he would. We've got these Bitcoin cryptocurrency machines in a lot of the shops.
Yeah. They finally took the one out of Trustville. Thank God.
You're welcome.
What do you mean? Were you a part of getting rid of that?
Think of what you just said. They finally took the one out of Trustville. Thank God. And I say, you're welcome.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it just, our Trustville's too small, and there's not enough people using it. I remember one time there was this old lady walks in and uses it. She was there for 20 minutes putting $100 bills in.
Well, I have a problem with the machines, and I probably shouldn't say it on a show that's sponsored by who it's sponsored by because they have the machines. But I'm going to say it because it's true. The state of Alabama originally approved like 10 of these machines to go in.
Yeah.
They didn't approve them to go into the Capitol building. They didn't approve them to go into Mountain Brook. They didn't approve them to go up in the Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville.
Right.
They approved them all to go into ghetto areas.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They're an easy way for somebody who doesn't understand crypto to dump their cash into it and buy. It's a way to get people who should not be buying crypto, who have no money to invest and speculate with, to buy crypto.
Right.
It's even worse than the lotteries preying on the poor. Now, I support the lottery. I'm not going to get in the Alabama debate on the lottery or anything. But I would probably be okay with the machines if they weren't directed to a certain economic level of person. Yeah. And they are not directed to you and I, because if you and I are buying crypto, we're doing it on our phones, on our apps, having funds electronically transferred. People that are buying them out of these machines probably don't have bank accounts.
Yeah.
They're got whatever's left out of the grocery store or whatever cash they could get from their, is it EBT card or whatever. And, and I think it's a horrible predatory device.
I agree.
And so,
not to mention, like, if you're thinking about doing it, do it on your phone. Don't do it in one of these machines, because I guarantee you they charge you something for using their stuff.
Well, even some of the apps charge you for using it, but it's something we keep talking about on my car podcast, Driving Gloves with electric cars and that, because all these articles come out about, it's estimate was $25,000 to put a battery in their $10,000 electric car, or they own their electric car for 3 weeks and it's only worth $8,000 and the battery's $19,000. Research, people. Research. If you would have researched that car, you would have known that battery was going to be $19,000.
Yeah.
You would have known that battery is 8 years old or 9 years old, and the life expectancy of that battery is 8 or 9 years. Why do you think the person before you sold the car?
Right.
Because they all of a sudden noticed they're dropping, instead of being able to go 150 miles between charges, now they're going 90. And then, so
yeah,
it's just research. Anything you do, anything you spend your money on, anything you invest, get out your phone, turn off Pokemon Go, and research.
And I was having that discussion with a friend of mine, and I went, I don't know, man. Electric cars are not where they need to be right now for me to consider them. They need to be more mainstream, more access to people, better battery life before I even consider getting one.
Well, don't get me on electric cars, because here we are. California is mandating all new cars sold in California after the year 2035 have to be 100% electric. And if you haven't noticed the news out of California in the last couple of days, it's so hot. Please conserve electricity. Don't charge your electric cars unless you need to. You don't have enough power to. Yeah.
But California's destroying themselves, basically.
I read a joke, something about that. I can't remember it. Probably something I shouldn't repeat on the podcast anyway. But there we go. We're getting all into, you can get me talking about cars all day long.
You like cars?
You can get me talking about, electric cars, all kinds of crazy. I got a couple special episodes of No Driving Gloves coming up that we're planning to interview some people about electric and gas powered and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, big question is, what is performance?
Nice. Yeah.
So
he tried to debate me on it, my friend, and I just went, I don't know enough about this subject to get into it in detail. I'm not satisfied with where the electric car market's at, so I'm not going to even look at it yet. I'm at least 4 cars away before I do that. Anyway, it's been a great show.
Yep.
Where are you going to be this weekend?
I'm actually going to be here on Sunday, 280 on Sunday, just like normal. I'm back to my normal, kind of my normal schedule, because I believe the following weekend I'm here Saturday and Sunday. So you can get 16 hours of the John. If you got to spend 16 hours with the John, you're in trouble.
There you go. I'm going to be at Trust Vegas tomorrow. They're in talks. I got to talk to the guys about, apparently, Alabama football's back and all that. And Harris is talking to me about, you thought about doing Saturday instead of Friday so they can watch the game. And I've thought about it. I got to talk to the guys, see if it's worth my time.
Not enough night games to do it.
Well, that's kind of, I honestly don't mind a flexible version of that, where if it's a night game, I'll work Saturday. If it's not, I'll work Friday. I don't mind going back and forth. I'm a little bit more flexible with that, but I don't know.
Can't be flip-flopping, just like podcasting. Consistency.
And that's kind of the way I see it is, if I stay on Friday, they're going to come on Friday and stay late. If I switch to Saturday, you're going to have some problems after a while of going back and forth. They're not going to know which day. You got to constantly keep talking to them like, nope, I'm here every Friday. That's it.
I mean, Trustville, I think, is a good shop for watching Alabama games and staying open late for football. I think Patton Creek's another good one, and they're far enough apart that you probably could have both of them open late. But
yeah, I did one game for them for the Super Bowl on a Sunday.
I do the Super Bowl most years, actually, and stay open. And I mean, I fought for years at 280 to stay open till 7 to watch football. And he would not do it. And then finally he agreed to do it. But by then we'd run off all the football crowd. They were going elsewhere because they knew they couldn't watch the second game here. So we brought the hours back to 6, because all it was getting is people to come in at 5:30 and they would read till 7.
Yeah. So, well, mine's tip box related. If they had a second game, they wanted to stay, You got to fill that tip box. That's all that counts.
I thought you used a different letter there, and I wasn't going to say anything.
I'll take that currency too.
Well, I'd go ahead and push this little button here. Maybe I'll pick a little video here to go. Maybe I'll just go ahead and play the same intro video.
Yeah. Hey, thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that follow button, whatever the case may be. We'll see you next Thursday.
Check out the website.
Yep.
Smoking Underground. And send us your movie suggestions. We're starting to look at a couple of them that have come in, and we're going to start watching movies, I think.
Yeah. I love that. I still love that idea. Still love that idea. Watch movies and discuss the cigars that are on them. So we'll see you next time.
Well, NFT in it, blockchain.
Yeah. Bow, 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 bow.